We are on June Mountain on a tour today looking at the biomass removal, fuels reduction that's been completed over the past 3 years. We started this project in 2019, removing dead standing trees, and then in the last 2 years, 2021 and 2022, we've been removing live lodgepole pine from Whitebark pine restoration units, all as an effort to reduce fuels and biomass for fire prevention in case of a catastrophic fire.
We're up here at the June Mountain ski area. This project is invaluable to the community of June Lakes, creating a fuel break in the event of a high severity wildfire. Also preserving the hydrologic integrity of this ecosystem to ensure that there's clean drinking water for not only the community but also the streams and the lakes and the wildlife and critters that rely on those. Unfortunately, back in the mid-2000s, a mountain pine beetle outbreak ripped through these stands, decimating a lot of the whitebark pine, causing severe mortality, resulting in really high buildups of fuels and dried, desiccated material on the landscape that's primed to burn if a fire was to start in these areas. And so this project is removing that combustible material in order to preserve the whitebark pine in the event of a fire. Also an invaluable project in terms of maintaining, preserving, and enhancing the health of the whitebark pine species, which is a candidate species for listing under the Endangered Species Act. This is a very unique population. It's one of the furthest southern reaches of its range, and to date does not have white pine blister rust within these stands. So these specific individuals are very important to the population as a whole in terms of having some genetic diversity that may allow it to persist into the future under climate change and global warming predictions.
We have placed a drive point piezometer, and that is to measure the depth of the water table throughout the years. And so we've placed one in pre-restoration, and we'll be checking on that on a seasonal basis, and it'll basically tell us what the groundwater table level is throughout the season. And so after restoration, we would like to see that groundwater table go up, especially if we don't have all these straws everywhere. We are here with volunteers actually lopping off some of the saplings about chest height, and we've been piling them up. These saplings and other lodgepole pines are kind of these straws in these meadow areas, and so they're really sucking up what water would be in the ground table really functioning in this meadow. They've sucked up most of that water, and so now you can see a drier meadow with less vegetation that in turn with really healthy vegetation and healthy soils actually are carbon sinks, and so we're not seeing as much carbon left in the soils based off of the conifer encroachment.
June Mountain is the headwaters of the Owens River watershed on one side and then the Mono watershed on the other side in Rush Creek. There's various different fisheries and aquatic habitat that could be affected if in the event of a fire. Reducing the amount of trees that are sucking water out of the ground is bringing more water into our watersheds and more clean water into our watersheds as well.